Hello and welcome to the resurrection of the 5-minute-ly.
Why are you making it sound so religious?
May I have your attention, please? May I have your attention, please? I repeat, may I have your attention, please?
This is another public service announcement brought to you in part
by Accounting High.
The views and events expressed here are
of the next generation of accounting and tech professionals leading this space.
The events and suggestions are not to be taken lightly. Children should not partake in the listening
of this podcast.
So without further ado, introducing the star of our show,
Michael Lee and Scott Scarena. Join us this week's 5-minute-ly, some choice topics on running their respective modern
Where Michael tries
firms.
to convince Scott to read the Bible. Oh wait, that's a weekly text
Actually,
I get from you.
That's a good perfect. That's perfect. So the great segue. I just started recording some specials with Twyla on atomic habits, and I need somebody else to record specials on the Bible. Do you want to be the
You're gonna
the
have a little
special
Bible
co-host?
tip segment on your podcast?
We are, yeah. We're gonna read pages of the Bible, and then after we read it, I'm gonna rip the
and
page
you're gonna
out,
smoke it.
roll it, and smoke it into a joint because it is in the air. It's on the airwaves after that, right? I won't ever have to read it again. I can just go back and listen to that episode.
You're breathing in the Word of God. You're breathing it in.
Exactly. I will inhale it. So, 7 micro habits that will help you become a better leader at your accounting firm. Brought to you by Carbon Magazine. CarbonHQ.
Keep it next to your bedside.
/resources. Oh yeah. See, they have updated the webpage.
Oh yeah.
Now the K in their logo is next to magazine. It just says magazine. They're baller. They dropped the carbon.
Because they know the carbon is known by the reader, by the world.
Yeah. 7 resources, 7 micro habits that will help you become a better leader at your accounting firm.
So
Michael,
champion your...
Why did you pick
I didn't
this?
pick it, Scott. Don't you lie. First Bible tip, don't lie. So
okay.
champion
Yes,
your
true,
employees'
true.
professional development. I don't know if these 7 are in any particular order, like you have to do these in order, but these are the effective accounting firm leaders. So champion your employees' professional development. Man, I don't remember the last firm I've heard of that makes this a priority. Have you, Scott? Have you heard of a firm that makes this a priority? Because I have not.
Every firm should make this a priority, and they should all get subscriptions to Earmark CPE and have their employees listen to podcasts.
Especially the Nick's Tips section.
Nick's Tips and 5-minute-lys. Yes. We can merge them together, so it's 1 5-minute-ly and 1 Nick's Tips will make 1 CPE credit. So we can marry the two. That would weave them together.
So this whole employee professional development is growth. I like this one. People want to have growth. People at your firms want to grow, especially those that are young.
Like you like it. You're making fun of it.
No, I'm not making fun of it. I'm just saying I don't know many firms that care about this. They
should. Yeah. But they should. And they should put a percentage of people's time into development. I think that's the point you were trying to make. And I think that's a valid point.
I think the number one thing you can do, I don't think paying for webinars or CPE online is really the kicker. I think the life-changing professional development investment is bring your employee to a conference with you or bring a set of employees to a conference. That is a huge investment because not only is it the education they'll hopefully get when they're there, but it's introducing them to the world and the friends in the industry of people that you and I have met, right? So when I'm able to bring an employee or two, and honestly, it's just fun. It's just fun because you get to bring them, you get to hang out, travel together, eat together, spend time together. That's a huge investment that
worlds are colliding when that happens. Worlds are colliding and growth happens and things happen that are unplanned and unprovoked. I did it when I brought them to ZeroCon. They came back new people, right? Rejuvenated. Like they learn a bunch. They know a lot of my friends because of the ZeroCons.
And
right?
they're inspired They're inspired by what you get inspired by. They see the bigger vision of what your firm could be now because they see the bigger industry.
Yeah, that's true. You know, there's a lot going on outside your doors. So go put your head out in the wild. Be present in the moment. This is one that's where my heart is present in the moment. And so what do you take on that?
That's you
2.
creating your podcast, being present in the moment. You don't think about the past. You don't think about the future. Think about the moment. No, being present in the moment. You know, I don't know if this is just a pithy thought, but I think it speaks to the attention that your firm needs right now, in the moment, and prioritizing correctly the things that need to get done to move your firm forward. And then when you're connecting with your team, you know, when you're connecting with your team, being present and there, not thinking about something else, especially when you're with your team in staff meetings or in leadership meetings, being present there as a leader.
This is a huge one for you, buddy. You need to work on being present in the moment and putting your phone away.
Why is that?
Whenever I'm with you in person, you always have your phone open.
I'm reading the magazine right now on my phone.
Carbon magazine. I'm not talking about this second. See, that's something in the moment you got to recognize. I'm not talking about now. I'm talking about every other time. You know, you want to be present in the moment, putting your phone away and giving everything your full attention.
Scott's indirectly sharing how emotionally hurt he is by the lack of attention I give him when we're hanging out. It's really
not just me. It's everything.
It's really Scott.
You know, I'm pretty sure your family doesn't like it either. I know mine doesn't like it. If I'm somewhere else, so it's not just phone though. I'll be honest. Like for me, my phone could be miles away, but my mind is miles away too.
Right.
You know, it's not just the phone. It's
going home. It's going home. Yeah. When I go home, it's being able to disconnect and go, am I fully present at home with my family? Am I fully present with the
Severance?
Am I fully present with the person I'm with? Am I giving them the attention?
Severance. Yeah. Severance is a new show with Adam Scott on Apple TV, and it's about it's a place that implants you with something that when you leave the work, you don't even remember your work. You don't know who that is. You don't know whatever that is, and you're at home. But then when you leave home, it severances your brain from your home too. You don't even know who that is. You have no memory of either one. So when you're at work, you're 100,000% present. When you're at home, you don't even thinking about what's going on at work. Kind of
crazy.
Fun show. All right. So yes, being present in the moment, super important. Especially without multitasking. That is something that got a bad rep. Multitasking is misunderstood. I think what people need to really understand is if you can do something on autopilot that doesn't require any brain power, then you can do something else. But it's very, very few things that humans can do two at once. And that's like doing the dishes, right? I don't know how to do the dishes. Don't even try to talk to me if I'm doing the dishes. Don't try to. But if Juana is, she can do many different things. But I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing. And I'm too worried about getting like dirt on my hands and stuff and getting my hands dirty. I understand that you're working with soap and everything, but don't ask me to touch a dish.
Okay. Create
bad example.
A periodic performance review and follow it up.
We have quarterly conversations, and instead of doing it, and always a constant conversation that's continually happening. So that's a great way to start doing that. So as far as like a micro habit to just start doing this, a good way to start and be consistent is schedule all the first ones and do that with the intention of if it doesn't come up, it's going to happen on the next one because you got it recurring.
Maybe the way to say this is make it a regular practice to let your employees know where are they at in your business, you know, their performance level, how are they doing, where are their growth opportunities, where are they falling short. Make that a regular practice. I feel like a performance review date is this excuse of, well, I don't talk to my employees all year, and then I'm going to talk to them at that one time. If that's the only time they know the position of where they're at with their company, it's kind of sad. The next one, be a coach.
The coach. This is the coach and the hero.
I think
the voice of the heroes.
Think there are particular people in your organization you should be a coach for, and there are ones that there are actually other people that should be coaches for, because being a coach and being a manager are two different roles. And then even being a mentor is a different role. And so, and the skill of coaching is developed, and you actually have to develop people to get that skill, including yourself. Most people are terrible at coaching. They're great at talking. They're great at sharing advice. They're great at, being a unintentional mentor. But but most people are terrible at coaching and probably terrible at managing, frankly, on both. Because true good coaches require zero background in the person that you're coaching, zero background in what they're doing. You actually have to be great at questions. That's actually the number one skill set.
Questions. Yes. That, I knew that was coming, because that's it. If you can ask the right questions, you learn everything when you first meet that person. Especially letting them talk. Some people are good at giving advice. Like I would say I'm one of those people. I'm very good at, giving my 2 cents, but I don't listen and I don't ask questions. I'm starting to get better at that. I'm starting to get better at that a little bit. But, it takes some coaching for me to become a better listener and a better manager and a better coach.
Number 5, be human. That's what you and I are. I don't know what it's opposing to, like instead of being a robot or being an animal, we're being human. Yeah, wow, I'm not really sure.
You can do this by sharing personal news. It doesn't have to be huge or deeply personal. So be vulnerable, talk about yourself,
your life
in the third person. And it's not just about that, but your life experiences, right? And think about it in the perspective of you're sharing your experience so people can learn from it. I realize that too. Like if you made a mistake in the past, tell them about it instead of covering it up. Because if you did something wrong, then they're not afraid to screw something up as well. If you're talking to your team about how this should be done, tell them how you learned how to do it too. And overshare sometimes. Sometimes it's not that bad. It's sometimes whatever you think might be pretty bad too. So don't always have to be 100% and put your guard up for everything. Don't, you gotta let them fuck up.
Well, I like being vulnerable about with my team. I think just showing that you're not a perfect person. You're not a perfect leader.
Well, that goes right into being honest, right? Effective leaders rely on being honest. And if ever you subconsciously want to bend the truth, quickly correct yourself. Sometimes people will accidentally exaggerate things or talk about something that might not be true. Correct yourself and say, oh, that was that. Sorry, I meant to say this, because I'm somebody who does that. And so I have to consciously tell the truth sometimes. So being honest is always the best policy. What do you have to say about honesty?
I like it. It's good. It's good. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. Being honest and being honest is kind. Being honest is kind.
That is what I used to say. Have you heard that before? Honesty. So I think I was talking to Nicole about this on Nick's tips. It was the difference between kindness and nice, right? So people, and the example I was using was like people from the East Coast, from New York and stuff, are very blunt and brutally honest sometimes. People from California are very, not Nicole, she's not one that's like that, but people from California tend to be very like, super like dishonest almost. Like they don't tell you how they really feel because they want to be nice. They got to be nice. And maybe it's not just a California thing, but there's people in your life, I'm sure, that tell you how it is, that tell you when you've got something in your teeth versus somebody that says you look great and they don't even mean
right.
it. So kind and nice, the difference. Kind is honest, and it might be advice or things that you don't want to hear.
You may not like it,
but you might not like it. But honesty is better. So if reacting to things the right way too, if you don't like something, tell somebody something negative.
I think there's a context too. You got to make sure that the audience is able to hear it and ready to hear it, because you can be honest and then the audience is not ready, or you don't have the relationship or the authority to say it.
Or if there is an audience too, if there's an audience, that's embarrassing to somebody.
Right.
If you're criticizing something if you tell somebody they have something in their teeth in front of a bunch of other people, that's embarrassing. But if you pull them aside and tell them, they will really appreciate it. So it's always context. You're right.
Share the praise.
And then, this led right into that one. Share the praise and encourage others to do the same. Compliment sandwiches, right?
Compliment sandwiches. I don't know why I laughed at that comment.
Say something good. I always leave it up there just for you to laugh. I expect anything I say, you're just going to either laugh or say, "Where did that come from?" That has nothing to do with what we're talking about. The Oreo.
We have a kudos channel on our.
Why don't you call it the Oreo
channel? And it's basically it's based off the company Chewy, the Chewy company, and it's basically a way for people to go on and give praise to somebody else's work or somebody else's accomplishments. Or
is that what Chewy's does?
Chewy is I don't know. Chewy's a company that sells pet food online, and people love Chewy and they love the customer service and they love the way.
I like the granola bars.
I don't know if it has anything related to granola bars, but it's the pet company online. That's the Chewy.
Okay, so I was thinking kudos is in the snack. Yeah. When you said kudos, I was thinking
kudos is a snack, definitely. That's a good snack.
Yeah, those are pretty tasty. Good. I like.
Don't
kudos.
know if this.
I like combos too.
5-minute lead's gonna make it, but we'll see how it goes.
I'm not even tracking the time of these episodes. I'm just releasing.
Rolled the stone away and resurrected 5-minute lead.
You have come out from the grave. You took your 3-day recess, right? Isn't that what Jesus needed? A 3-day break.
3 days, 3 months, whatever.
Oh, was it 3 months?
I'm just joking. I'm just joking. I don't know how long the break was for.
You're getting the Jesus comparison on this episode. Michael E's coming back from the dead. Jesus Christ. Bible. Next episode of 5-minute lead, we're going to be talking about the Bible. Peace out, everybody.
Peace out.